that was when we were just starting to do a pretty good job of the morning show. I'm going to look the book up because it's written by the father of a famous actress. Die Broke. Here it is. Die Broke, the national bestseller. Quit Today, Pay Cash, Don't Retire. A radical 4-part financial plan. Oh, Stephen Pollan. He is Tracy Pollan's father, who's the one that's married to Michael J. Fox.
Oh, okay.
And he was rich, and he said, I'm not leaving anything to my kids. I think it's bad for kids to leave them money. So I'm going to die as close to broke as possible. And so Lisa and I are picking up our Tesla tomorrow.
That's fine. I'll get that in the will. That's fine.
Not if the paperwork isn't exactly in order.
Yeah, but you're going to have to pay an electric bill to plug it in, I'm afraid.
That's right.
No, but when I read this, I was like, yes, parents should enjoy all of their money. And then Lisa looked at me because she comes from, Polish, Eastern European heritage. And one of the few things of pride that a parent could do is somehow leave their kids better off than they were. And they came up during the Depression.
Yeah.
And she looked at me like, that's not my philosophy. And I went,
Uh-oh.
Okay. Because I did love my kids anyway. But it's an interesting concept. Is it good to give you stuff? We were talking earlier about how when you kids were young, me and Lisa gave you each a car. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I think it was a Saturn.
Two Saturns. Two matching girl repellent cars.
Well, I didn't even need the car. It was a bonus.
You didn't need it at the time. No, your brother needed it more than you at that particular phase. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Saturns. That's an interesting choice.
Well,
Saturns, you wouldn't even look at me.
They were for sale at a junkyard, and I knew the dude who owned the junkyard. They were beaters. They were $1,000 a piece.
Beater with a heater.
And Andrew was happy.
And I turned out just fine.
Yeah. And Keith, however, was insulted that he had to show up at high school at that POS. And he actually
ripped it up and he drew on it.
He carved in the steering wheel on the horn, "Fuck this car."
Wow, a rebel without a clue.
Well,
wow.
I mean,
Term
at
of
that point,
endearment.
At that point, I said, I think you should start your own company, and you should be the boss of people.
Wow.
But Andrew
tough love,
was more sensitive always, and still is.
I think you have to be in comedy.
I think so. Andrew, you have a ton of empathy.
Yeah. Well, you drilled it into our heads. I remember being on family trips, literally in the back seat, and you'd be like, "What's my favorite word?" We'd be like, "Empathy." Empathy. Just annoyed. And you'd be like, "Now, what does it mean?" And we'd be like, "Putting yourself in someone else's shoes."
Wow, he does remember that.
This is like Jesus'
I was
Sermon on the Mount,
brainwashing
only it's
them,
from the front seat.
but I was washing them with good soap.
Yes.
It worked out.
You're literally being encoded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we're almost out of time.
Already?
Do you guys have anything you want to ask Andrew? I mean,
Hey, you forgot the big thing. Tony Danza.
Yeah.
He's going to come back. Who's the boss?